we are, just outside Ty Valley, the Larch Creek Fire, heading into Ty Valley as we speak. We'll see if my cell reception holds out as I go into the canyon. The bit of light off to the left is the hillside of Ty Valley. That is the fire. We're a few miles out still. It has let up as far as the wind, so the firefighters might be able to get ahead of it over the night. Only time will tell. We've got a couple more miles before we get to Ty Valley. That was a big fire truck just went by. Well, it has definitely grown since the last time I was here, which was only a couple hours ago. It is really going up that hillside. And that hillside, it's not showing up the greatest in the video. Oh, wow. So that orange off to the left is hundreds of yards of fire line burning up a hillside. That hillside is incredibly steep. That is the town of Ty Valley, or above the town of Ty Valley. And this is a live stream on Dropping Floats. It's about 10:45 p.m. I'm going to drive down and, you know, obviously not interfere, but see if I can get it to show up a little better on the GoPro. It should be getting a bit bigger in frame. Definitely when we get down, and there's orange up above on that hillside. So there's the main flames to the left there, and then that light orange above it. This fire is a big giant horseshoe size. Sorry, I gotta mess with my radio here to
where are you?
Listen in a little bit on the fire.
I'm back here. My line. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at here, Rich. With I don't know where we are, and I don't want to get hemmed in by this. Yeah, we're behind Wilbur, but he's only going one, so and if you get in the week again, so we're now.
Doesn't look like much on the GoPro, but that is.
But there's a disc line there, but I don't think we can.
That is an enormous fire line. It looks itty bitty on the screen, but that is very large. All right, we're dropping down the canyon. You can't see it here. It's pretty incredible. Luckily, up where that fire is, in the frame there aren't any homes or anything. It is definitely a positive. So it's fully jumped Highway 197. It's burning east to the Deschutes Canyon. That is north of Maupin. So we're dropping down right now into Ty Valley, and you can see that little speck of orange just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Those flames, they're not going to show up on this video, but they're 30-40 foot tall. There, it's going to black out here for a second. That's the hillside. Get around the corner here. Yeah, it doesn't look like much. maybe a quarter mile from when I was up here last and did those shorts. So that orange bit of light there is the fire. I'm probably a half a mile from it. That fire line is probably a mile or so, 2 miles long. It's really hard to judge. There's kind of white lights moving around below that orange. Those are definitely firefighter units that are here, you know, trying to do what they can. But that hillside is so steep. It's going to be very difficult to fight from the ground. You're not going to be able to get a truck up there because it's so steep that, you know, the truck's going to tip over, especially if it's loaded with a bunch of water weight. There's down in front of me, it looks like they're blocking the road right there. That kind of leads over to where that fire is. The good thing is it looks like the fire that was getting close to Ty Valley is about done. And that's emergency vehicles up there with all their lights on. Probably closing this road right here that leads you down to the lower access road. I thought about coming up that. I'm glad I didn't, because it's definitely something else. And I think what I heard, I don't know if it's true, is that it was started by a hay farmer. Equipment somewhere up near Doofer or outside Doofer. And it's a big L-shape fire. So yeah, definitely a lot of fire trucks, fire vehicles. Fire vehicle just passed me. I'm gonna try to see if I can't get something on the radio. They were talking about how they needed to get out of their location they were at, probably so they didn't get pinned in by the fire. Would be my guess. Yeah, I'm not going to try to get any closer. I definitely, all those vehicles you see moving around in front of me are part of the firefighting effort, so I'm definitely not going to get in the way of that by any means. I wish I had a camera that had more zoom. This GoPro is really not doing it justice. Looks like there's some hot spots in there. I mean, the only saving grace is that it's almost a dead calm evening. There's virtually no wind, which might give them a chance to get ahead of it or to combat it a little better. You know, luckily where the direction it's going, there's not a lot of homes in that direction. The homes were definitely kind of more over here where you see those specks of light. The specks of light are the town of Ty Valley, and where it's going, it's just gonna, you know, burn up the hillside. There's juniper and whatnot up there, but definitely not what we want to happen. Since we just got over a fire that was within probably a mile or two of Maupin, this one's probably 10 miles or so from Maupin right now. It's about a 10-minute drive up where I'm at. think they haven't really any containment on it. They haven't advertised that, or advertised is probably the wrong word. They haven't updated the public that they have containment on it yet. So that's kind of where we're at, but at least it's going away from structures and towns and people's homes and that kind of thing. So that is a huge bonus there. Well, I might try to sneak around and get a different angle of it.
Do you have a radio in there? Can you hear me?
I'm not sure. They might have just paged me. Don't know how they would.
It looks like it jumped. It's in the wheat up ahead. Do you see that grouper?
Yeah, I do. I'm assuming that's what that is. Yeah, it's got across the disc line.
Hammer up in there. Is that the plan? Yeah, I think that's what Wilbur's saying. If it gets across the disc line, then at least we can get in the black behind it and find it in the wheat. I'm putting it out here.
So that was live radio chatter from the firefighters. I'm not sure if they were the fighters fighting this hillside. They couldn't be too far away because this radio wouldn't pick them up if they were too far away. It's a GMRS radio, so it's probably got about I'm down in a canyon, so probably like a 5 or 10 mile range. So I'm assuming it's the guys up on the hillside right there where I'm pointing the camera that were doing that chatter. So that was pretty awesome to hear that. Yeah, not what I like to see happen. Of course, I don't know if you could see me there. It's pretty dark. And I'm just sitting
Go ahead, Jake.
It sounds like I'm just picking up one end of the conversation, so this end that they're trying to get to, that's up, you know, maybe on the other side of that canyon that the radio's not powerful enough to pick up. I don't have the antenna to pick it up, but
Yeah, I don't think it's gotten the wheat yet. Actually, I guess up here, the wheat's starting to turn to the right here. Those are no.
yeah, I'm not aware of any. I mean, there's
Man, I
wheat.
hope this line holds. That'd be freaking awesome.
I'm not aware of any wheat where I'm at right now, so they might be mistaken. There's like a hay field or a grassy field or something. I could be wrong too, and I don't. I'm aware of those people on the radio station. There's a fire truck working up the road there to the right. Yeah, I need to get a camera with a better zoom or a better lens. Oh man, this is perfect. There's you can tell, maybe, no you can't. Right above the orange, obviously, you can kind of see that haze. That's the smoke, and you can see how it's just pretty much sitting. You can see how it's pretty much sitting. It shows you, illustrates how there is no wind tonight. It's dead calm, which will give the firefighters a chance. I wouldn't say an advantage, but a chance to get it under control, so we can get at least some type of containment. I was hoping to go on a float trip tomorrow. I was going to float down from Buck Hollow launch on the lower Deschutes down to Heritage, or 84 to the Columbia, and look around for early season steelhead, but that may not happen because the last I saw online, the update was 197 was closed. I know it was off and on being closed, and they were doing piloting, so they were partially opening it. Let's see what's coming by me here. I don't know if it's just a civilian or if it's a firefighter vehicle. See if we can't get a look. I think it was just a civilian. Civilian like myself. Earlier this evening, when it was still a little bit daylight, you could see vehicles up on that hillside, you know, trying to get up to it. But, and I'm pretty certain where that fire is up at now, you're not going to get a truck up there, and it'd be one wrong turn of the wheel, and you'd be tumbling down that hill. It's very, very steep. Give it another minute or a little bit here, and this is all live. I mean, this is live footage right now. I mean, unless you're watching a rerun, but it's about 11 o'clock now, probably, and what is today's date? The 10th of the Larch Creek Fire. I was hoping to get some more chatter on the radio. It's kind of interesting getting to hear the live feedback of them trying to get this thing under control. Well, last I heard, there had not been any homes or major structures lost, so that's awesome, but it's still far from being contained. I mean, I've sat here and watched it probably burn 20 or 30 feet, so I haven't been here very long. I mean, you're not going to be able to pick that up on the little GoPro, but watching it in live, you can. I'm watching it move. And they didn't have any help earlier today. They had 30-mile-an-hour winds earlier today, so they had no help from Mother Nature earlier. But let's see if you can get my. No, you can't. I was hoping to get my finger to show up. Maybe I'll block the section. Maybe I'll do it that way, because it is right kind of there. You see where I'm blocking that? Those flames there are probably 30 foot tall. I mean, they definitely don't show up, but they are. I mean, I can tell from here.
Looks like it's flaring up a little bit on you, Grove.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that. He said it's flaring up a little bit on you, and I'm watching that. That's that section I blocked out.
I got a lot driving in the blind out here. I don't know where the hell I'm going.
Are you in the black, or are you just hanging it out?
I know we're in the live here, but it's not crazy. Just, I came up to a fence here, it's on the ground. But I don't even know if we need to cross it. Looks like it's going to get steep here after that.
It was really died down 2 minutes ago. It just flared up coming up the hill.
Yeah, I think it kind of looks like it might have kind of circled around and kind of fed itself. There's flames everywhere up here. Not in a scary way, there's a lot of flames.
I know, like, we were just bullshitting here like 4 minutes ago. It was kind of dark.
I gotta jump out here and see if we can keep going around.
Yeah. Brian, I'll give somebody a couple bucks for some gas. Never mind, Shane's got some. We're getting that for free.
Well, that was pretty interesting. That was pretty cool. I don't know what it means by circling back around and feeding
You'll pay for
itself.
the next time you buy some at the auction or sell something.
So I don't know quite what that means, but I watched that flare up that they were talking about on the radio. It was that section of the orange that I blocked out with my finger, and So that's where they're at. And I'm trying to spot where they said it sounds like somebody's up there driving around in a vehicle, and I'm not seeing vehicle lights, you know. But again, I am probably half a mile or a mile away. I really don't want to try to get closer just to not be in the way. But maybe I'll have to try to get a little bit closer. I don't know. I'm gonna try to figure out how to the GoPro. This live footage is really eating the battery on the GoPro. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this bad boy plugged in. To feed it some more juice.
How far down that canyon is it from the weed? There was a huge line of pickups, so we're in the back end, coming towards driving right towards the canyon here. So you must have crossed over into across the fence, or no? We got, fire line there on the weed there, so we just cross country, kept going all the way down here until we got to a fence line, and then it's kind of like what you were talking about before. The fire line now keeps going down in the canyon. Wilbur's walking up to me now. Maybe I'll get some bearings. Yep, I see what you're talking about now. We made it to where that makes sense. Yeah, he's like 4 or 5 pickups in front of me, Dad. I know, but I don't know where you are. I'm right in front of you. You're not in front of me. Oh, okay. You behind me? I'm in a Dodge. Just look for a Dodge. It's Jeff. Jeff has a Ram, so I'm in that with him. Got it. All right. Get my eyes peeled.
Well, I'm probably going to go ahead and on about 25 minutes, and the batteries and on the camera is about done. I will probably try to get up here early and get another one done and see where this fire has moved. I realize you can't see a lot because of the nighttime. You can just kind of see a little glowing orange in the backdrop, but it's moving very quickly. Luckily it's moving away from town, but those flare-ups and some of those flames that you couldn't tell in the video are substantially, they're big. They're substantial flames. That flare-ups kind of died down that the guys on the radio talked about, but it's definitely far from being over, it looks like. So until next time, hopefully I don't have to do any more of these wildfire videos. I don't really enjoy doing them. I'd rather do fishing videos because that's fun. And anyways, until next time, this is Mark from Dropping Floats, and we'll see you later.